What is going on, YouTube? It's Dan, and today we have got a fun video in store for you guys. But before we get into that topic of discussion, remember, guys, to check out the Epic Store. Use my creator code RedbeardTV, and if you haven't yet, check out the awesome Titan Optics at titanoptics.com. Use code REDBEARD to save 10% on any transactions there. So, all right, awesome. Now that we got that out of the way, let's actually get into our topic of discussion today. And as you guys know, last weekend, September the 18th through September 20th, was the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Alpha on the PlayStation 4. So if you had a PS4, whether you had PlayStation Plus or not, you had access to it. So hopefully each and every single one of you guys took advantage of it. And if not, here is the video, the opportunity to check out some gameplay in the background while me, Dan, giving you my raw, unfiltered, honest opinion on the game. Why don't we just dive right into the gameplay itself before we even talk about the customization, skill-based matchmaking or no skill-based matchmaking, PS4, Xbox, PC. Let's just straight up go right into the raw gameplay, and let me just give you my honest, direct, upfront opinion on the game. So right out of the gate, it kind of, to me, felt a little meh. It wasn't underwhelming. It just felt like another year of Call of Duty to me. I'm 28 years old. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was a young teenager, since Call of Duty like 1 or Call of Duty 2 or whatever, World War II COD. I've been playing Call of Duty for a very, 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 very long time, since pretty much the beginning of the franchise. So for me to say that, it's saying a lot. For me, it just kind of feels like another COD, and another year's gone by and we get another COD. However, that's not necessarily a bad, horrible thing. Do I think it's the worst Call of Duty I've ever played as far as an alpha? No, I do not think that at all. Do I think it's the best? Far from it. I am a little biased. I'm a big Modern Warfare, like early on Modern Warfare franchise fan, like Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2. Like, I'm a bit of a fanboy for those, but that's a totally different Infinity Ward, not the Infinity Ward we had last year for Modern Warfare 2019. I don't even want to get into that. If you watch my streams, you already know how I feel about that game. This video is not about that. So, gameplay overall, kind of meh. It feels like Call of Duty. Is the gunplay good? It's pretty solid for the most part. Is it graphically good? It's pretty solid. I don't have any complaints about the visuals. So for an alpha, let's just be totally honest. It is an alpha stage. They can call it an alpha. They can call it a beta. They can call it a whatever they want. It's pretty much a done game at this point. We're only like a month out or 2 months out from this game, or whatever the exact release date is. Let me double check, because I do not want to tell you guys wrong. November 13th, so the day after PlayStation 5 launches. It is, so we are September 20th, so we are less than 2 months away from this game. They can call it an alpha all they want, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is not an alpha. It's pretty much a beta at this point, if even that. So let's be, I'm going to be totally transparent, give you guys my real honest opinion on this. The gameplay itself was a lot of fun. I did get on stream, play this with some subscribers, and then Friday I played it all day long during the day, from the minute the minute the alpha launched and I was able to access it. It was pretty solid. I personally didn't really have any server issues. I didn't have any connectivity issues. I think maybe I had a lobby crash one time in like 12 hours of playing the game. So as far as that goes, considering they don't have like quote unquote dedicated servers, I overall had a pretty solid connection, and I don't really have much in terms of complaints as far as that is concerned as of right now. So yes, is there going to be network problems? Is there going to be connection problems? Absolutely. Every single Call of Duty has that on launch day. Every single one of them does. Let's talk about things like audio, lobby quality, and customization. So let's talk about just quality of the overall experience, and then we'll get into things like the weapons workbench and skill-based matchmaking and frame rate and all of that stuff. So just to look at the core game for what it is, the visuals, the audio, and we'll start there and build our way up. So audio wise, the game, I won't lie, the audio was a little scuffed. It felt very scuffed. There were multiple cases where I thought I heard somebody behind me. I turned around, they're to my left or to my right instead of directly behind me, or where I got killed from behind and I thought I didn't hear anything. There were times where I could hear people across the map and it sounded like they were right beside me. So the audio's definitely got to be worked out. That's pretty self-explanatory. So if you guys don't watch my streams and don't know what kind of headphones I use Astro 840s, the tournament ready editions, and they are attached to a Go XLR. So my audio is solid. I have a very good audio system set up, and I think I have a good judge of character as far as audio quality is concerned. So definitely, let's just be honest, they're gonna have to work on that. They're gonna have to tweak that big time. Lobbies, as far as quality of lobbies, there were quite a few cases. Now again, I didn't have issues of being dropped from games. I didn't have issues of connection problems. The things that I noticed were I would get into a lobby and the screen would be counting down from like 10 or 15 seconds. Like it'll say like the match starts in 10 seconds or the match starts in 15 seconds. Well, that would happen and I'm already able to start moving and running around the match. And while there's the other team where they can't move, and I'm already, I'm getting an advantage as far as to be able to push to the middle of the map to start making my rotations and things like that. That happened, and I was on the receiving end of that quite a bit as well. So in terms of that, with the starting screen, the starting menu in the beginning of a lobby, that's a big glitch. It needs to be worked out big time. Whenever that happens, it was typically putting the compass in the top of the screen, but still showing like the loading screen. And then it would go into the game. And then you could just start running around while it's still counting down. It was very strange. Very, very strange. I've actually never seen that in any other Call of Duty, like whether it was a beta or an alpha or whatever it was. That's the first that I could genuinely say. First time I've really ever experienced that. Now, if we start looking into other things as far as performance and quality of performance, I was playing on a day one PlayStation 4. Okay, a day one PS4, and I'm kind of cheap. Yes, whenever I admit this, I am kind of cheap. I refused to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox One X or whatever because I was a day one guy. I invested in that hardware. I didn't feel like I should have spent another like $400 or $500 on basically the same console whenever I had a gaming PC and stuff like that in the last couple of years. I will tell you this up front, first and foremost, before you consider buying this game. If you are going to buy Cold War and play it, either play it on a PC or the new Xbox or the new PS5 or a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox Series or Xbox One X, like the higher end Xbox. Do not play this on a day one 8th generation console. I promise you will have problems with speed and connection and frame rate. I promise you. I played it for 12 hours in this alpha on a standard day one PS4. I had major frame rate problems when there was a lot of things going on. Anything graphical in the settings, I had to turn it off. I had to turn it down. I had to turn it off, like motion blur and things like that. So just so you know, going into it, be prepared. If you are on a day one console of the 8th generation, you're going to have some frame rate issues. Next thing. Skill-based matchmaking. They can deny it all they want, say they don't know, or refuse the answer. The question of, is it in the game? I can tell you it's in there. It is 100% in this alpha. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed pro players expressing their opinion, their concern, and the community expressing their concern and their feelings on it. And the best way to sum up skill-based matchmaking is, for those of you that do not know what that is, I'm going to give you the very simple breakdown of what skill-based matchmaking is. And I am going to make a video on my in-depth opinion on skill-based matchmaking very, very soon. Probably actually after I record this video. Skill-based matchmaking essentially is, let's say you go into a game, you do really, really well. It's going to calculate based off your performance and skill in that previous game who it matches you with next. That's the simplest way to put it that way, and it's going to try to match you with people on the same performance level as you. And the purpose of that is to make the game more competitive. The result that we actually get from that, though, is a guy like me who's extremely casual in their skill set, but is a decent player. I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not saying I'm great. I'm decent at best, and I do pretty well for the most part because it's you know, the movements and stuff are very natural. I played Call of Duty my entire life. I'm booked and set up with these guys who think they're gonna go professional, who play every single day, 12 hours a day, and are legitimately, like, sweat is pouring off their face while they're playing, or at least that's how it feels. And I'm just out here trying to play some games with the boys, drink a beer, enjoy my day after I've been at work working my job for 8 hours, you know, 8 hours at a time, and just trying to, like, you know, blow some steam off. And unfortunately, skill-based matchmaking takes that ability completely and totally away. It makes it super competitive, and it honestly just ruins the arcadey casual aspect of the game that it started out as 10 plus years ago. Am I saying that there shouldn't be a competitive or an esports scene? I am in no way saying that, because I love watching esports gameplay. I love watching pro COD players play when they're performing in a competition against each other. I'm not playing for $10 million. I'm not playing for $5 million. I am playing to chill. I'm playing to blow some steam off, shoot some shit, blow some stuff up. That's what casual pubs is supposed to be. And with every Call of Duty that comes out and they do that, they're taking one more further step away from people like me or some of my friends that I know that play this franchise still. So be forewarned. They can deny it all they want, unless they actually fully fledged take it out. It's in this game, and there's the tweets from Scumper Bumper Jumper showing himself even trying to reverse boost so he can get out of these lobbies where these dudes are just sweating extremely hard. I mean, I could only imagine being a guy like Scump or, you know, whoever, you know, trying to just casually play this game and actually take in this new information, and they're getting put with guys at their freaking skill level and playing like they're playing for millions upon millions of dollars. I mean, that would be a miserable experience. So that's just a little direct feedback. I mean, overall, I think the gameplay itself feels pretty relatively solid. I don't really have any negative feedback in terms of the movement, other than some things need to be tweaked, like how far you can slide and things like that. But overall, the gameplay itself and the physics of the game feel pretty solid for the very minimal time that Treyarch has had to develop this game since taking over for Sledgehammer, considering Sledgehammer was supposed to be their COD this year. And then they got cut loose and terminated and dropped and all that. You know, if you guys don't know the whole ordeal with that, you know, maybe, you know, we can look at that later. But so to kind of full circle this, though, my overall experience is it just kind of feels like another year of another Call of Duty, same shit, different year kind of thing. Would I recommend buying this? As it stands right now, I don't know that this game is worth full retail price unless you're getting a PlayStation 5, an Xbox Series X or a Series S, or buying it on PC, or have a Pro or an Xbox One X. If you have a standard PS4 or a standard Xbox One, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Just based off of the performance of the standard PS4, I had a lot of frame rate issues, had a lot of glitches. I didn't really enjoy that aspect of it. Now, did I have fun? I did enjoy playing another Treyarch Call of Duty, which makes me sad because I wish I could say that about Infinity Ward in 2019 Modern Warfare, but I just can't. I don't want to go into that. You guys have heard me beat a dead horse with that about that one. However, though, I will say the game overall feels like, to me, this is just me, how it feels to me. It feels like Black Ops 1 mixed with Black Ops 2 as far as the movements, the weight of your character moving around. It doesn't feel heavy, but he doesn't feel light. He feels like a good mix of kind of in the middle. So he feels kind of clunky and chunky, but not like Battlefield. I think a lot of people looked at the gameplay that was revealed and they were like, that looks like Battlefield. I promise you, as somebody that plays Battlefield, it does not feel like a Battlefield game. A lot of people said that about Warzone and about Modern Warfare. It does not feel like Battlefield. It doesn't feel like Rainbow Six. I'm a very like regular Battlefield player. It's been a while since I played, and recently I've kind of got back into it. Battlefield is chunky, clunky, and extremely heavy compared to Black Ops Cold War. So if you're kind of afraid of that, as it stands now, mind you, this is September 20th. I'm recording this the day the alpha ended. It doesn't feel like Battlefield. Now, will that change? It's possible. It could change with the beta update. It could change with the full version release update. So I want to put that out there. This is my opinion as it stands now on September the 20th. Now, if you guys played it, I would love to hear your feedback, your opinion, and your thought on it. So one other little thing I do want to say is this game does support mouse and keyboard gameplay on console. At least the PlayStation version does. I don't know. I can't say for the Xbox if it does or not, but at least for the PlayStation version it does. And I do have very mixed opinion on allowing console people to use mouse and keyboard with how the matchmaking has been working, or at least it's felt for me. It felt like with matchmaking, I was getting partied up and teamed up with and against people on mouse and keyboard while I was playing with a controller. And eventually I just got so sick and tired of it that I ended up rigging my mouse and keyboard to work to my PlayStation 4 while, you know, recording. And I eventually moved to mouse and keyboard. And the movement is insane and fast and ridiculous on mouse and keyboard. So I hope, you know, I hope they balance out the matchmaking a little bit to where, like, if I'm a guy that doesn't want to play with a mouse and keyboard and I'm playing with a controller, it's going to match me with guys using controller. I'm sure they'll follow that model like they did with Modern Warfare. I just hope that they tone down or tweak the skill-based matchmaking a little bit more and not make it so overwhelming on how the matchmaking is with that. But anyways, that's a very quick, very quick breakdown. If you guys want to see some other breakdowns and stuff, we can even make one about skill-based matchmaking, which I'm going to make. We can make more in-depth breakdown of the weapon bench, which I think would actually be pretty cool because there's some pretty interesting things you can do with the creative class in this Call of Duty. And I think those could be some good quality in-depth videos. If you guys would like to see like an in-depth look at the weapon bench, let me know. We're definitely going to talk about skill-based matchmaking in our next video. So thank you for checking that out. If you guys enjoyed the video, remember, please like this and share it with a friend. If you're new here, again, I mentioned it earlier, but please subscribe to the channel. It helps it out. And much love, much appreciation. Everybody have a great and amazing day.